I'm Centra, and this is Centra Art. This video is part 2 of the full moon lunar eclipse for feminine and masculine energy. Balance. Your third message is Gaia, creation. You are creative in every way. There are no barriers to sustain consistent creation. Allow yourself to create in joy, not because of pressure. Connect more deeply with the earth. Almost every culture had a creation myth, and the ancient Greeks were no exception. They believed that there was nothing at first but a primordial world of matter. This state was called chaos. Then some organizing influence formed and stepped from chaos, the first of which were Eros, love, and then Gaia, earth. Gaia then gave birth to Uranus, the sky, Uranus, the mountains, and Pontus, the sea. Gaia considered Uranus her equal, and they joined together. Uranus explored in joy and love, showering Gaia with stars and rain, and she bore other gods and goddesses and titans, including Rhea, a daughter, Cronus, a son, and then the terrible titan, Typhon. The earth goddess had been venerated in her role as creator since time began. She may well have been worshipped originally as the ultimate mother, the first energy to nourish and provide creative fertility. She deserved the attention. She provided early humans with everything they needed to survive: food, water, shelter, and even plants for medicine. Gaia celebrates and rejoices in her creation, whether they are plants, animal, wind, rain, sight, sound, titans, or animals. Even when her creation horrifies her, she still protects them and finds a place for them. True creation always brings with it a spark of joy. Gaia has become a popular goddess among modern spiritual people and no longer belongs only to ancient Greek mythology. When people speak of the living spirit of the earth, they often name it Gaia. We know much more about the earth and the systems that make it work than the ancient Greeks did. Gaia is the ultimate expression of creative power. When you need a creative spark to rise within you, when you are tired of doing things the same old way, when you need growth within yourself, turn to the deep, loving, creative energy of Gaia. If you are drawn to something that calls for consistent creativity, such as the arts, music, drama, or invention, or even if you need a new approach to writing something as simple as a paper, she is a wonderful deity to help you maintain a steady flow. The shadow side. Gaia eventually faded from the active worship of the Greek in favor of other deities. Over time, humans forgot about the earth and her delicate cycles and began to worship the gods of industries, with little thought of the impact on the earth. Today, we are well aware of the consequences of a growing human footprint. We wipe whole species from the earth. We destroy her very fabric with atomic bombs. We mine her lifeblood. We rip out her trees from already depleted soil, and we influence her temperature with our pollution. Gaia has always sought to balance herself. This is the nature of her creative energy, and so the consequences of our human actions upon Gaia are already being seen. Rising water levels, depleted soil not bearing enough food, fiercer weather because of the warming of the atmosphere, all are Gaia's effort to rebalance. Will we be able to cast off our destructive nature and connect with our peaceful, creative one in time? Will we be able to connect with our original mother with balance again? Gaia, creation. Your fourth message is Apash, fear. Examine your fears. What is there to be afraid of? You are being asked to confront what frightens you. Apash is the Mayan god of the dead. While most cultures have a god ruling over the underworld or dead itself, the Mayans have a number of gods ruling over 9 levels of hell, and Apash was the most feared. Apash doesn't just show up quietly for you or even wait patiently for your death. He hunts you, normally pictured as a skeleton or with bones on his head and wearing bells. He is the most senior of all Mayan death demons, living on the lowest level of the underworld, known as Minel. Apash rises up and stalks city streets at night, looking for his next victim. The Mayans feared death, and they were always aware that Apash could indeed be waiting around the next bend to take them. In fact, it is said that few people went out on the streets at night because it was difficult to see what lay ahead. They especially avoided going out at night if there was a sickness within their family, as they greatly feared death through sickness. There is only one way to scare Apash away, and that is to scream and shout. Testimonies from the Spanish conquistadors include passengers describing the loud wailing and screaming of the families of those who was extremely sick or had passed. It seems strange to the Spanish that these noise didn't extend into daylight hours. What they didn't realize was that loud protestation were unnecessary to scare away the terrifying Apash when the sun was up. Should Apash come ringing his bells, fear may be in your consciousness. What are you most afraid of? Are you afraid of being judged by others? Are you worried about test grades in classes? Do you fear being ridiculed or not measuring up? Examine if your fear is real. If it is something that can truly hurt you, something that you have control over and can change, or something that you can simply re-examine and let go if need be. What can you do to break the hold that fear has on you? All these questions must be considered and answered if you are to move forward with ease and peace. The light side. Death is something people are often afraid of. Sometimes we simply fear the death of things, also known as change. Yet death and change are universal. Apash energy is very much about the fear surrounding change and the hold it has upon us. We fear what we feel powerless to change. Standing strong against any fear, feeling it, shining the light on it, and confronting it is a lesson from Apash legend that we can learn from. It is far better to act in knowledge rather than wait for fear to hunt you down. When we know what we fear, we can confront it instead of refusing to think about it and hiding from it in every way. Apash, fear. Before we close, I would like to share my symbols in the bag with you on this journey. Okay. There. All right, we have Ascendant. AC stands for Ascendant, which is also your rising sign. So that represents you. We also have Cancer. Yes,
Cancer. So maybe Cancer means something at this time for you. And the last one we have is Black Moon Lilith. Now she represents things that are hidden from us. She also represents independence. All right. So I hope this has been helpful, this message. So please heed to your North Node, life purpose, Jupiter, abundance, Gaia, creation, and Apash, fear. Let's get rid of that, right? Let's conquer it. I hope you enjoyed my message. See you soon.